What an afternoon. It's the end of a beautiful day here in San Bernardino, and a time of reflection has come upon the world as we approach Christmas. Speaking of Christmas and reflection, I have been reflecting upon what I want to do with Christmas. Now, I will admit the last few years I've come a long way because I used to hate Christmas. I used to despise it. It was a holiday that reminded me of a lot of broken hearts and a lot of hard times and a lot of things that I did not want to think about. But with the help of my wife, I have come to recognize Christmas as a beautiful opportunity to appreciate the work that we put into our relationships and the things that we've been able to reach and the goals we've been able to accomplish. That being said, I'm still not a big fan of Christmas as far as the lights and the trees and the presents and everything else, and I'm going to tell you why. I posted on Facebook, Twitter, and everything else saying that this would be the last traditional Christmas that I ever celebrate. Does that mean I'm giving up on Christmas? No. It just means that I'm going to be taking a different approach at Christmas to get what I believe to be the max value out of it. Christmas is something that is important, something that we should definitely remember. If you're religious, it's for the birth of Christ, which I believe in. If you're Jewish, it's a sign of survival and culture. You know, Feliz Navidad. I mean, it's just a great time for all different types of people to sit down and look at the past and dream of the future and believe in something greater than ourselves. And I think that's important. But I find that people spending all this money on trees and lights and presents takes away from what you could be doing with that kind of time and money. You know, you could be spending $60 on a Christmas tree that you could be spending, you know, taking your family out for dinner. You could be spending hundreds of dollars on lights when you could be taking your family to Disneyland for, you know, a magical day. For me, maybe it's just where I'm at in life, maybe it's just my financial state, but for me, I'd rather spend that money elsewhere. And I don't want my kids growing up thinking that Christmas is all about Santa Claus and Christmas trees and growing up to be entitled and expecting presents. Because Christmas is much more important than anything you can ever get in a box or any dead thing you could set in your living room. You know? I'm not against some decorations, you know, tinsel and, you know, maybe some popcorn on a string or something hanging around your house, Merry Christmas, you know, a Santa Claus in the front yard or something. But I think whatever you do with Christmas, it should be a focus on the idea of Christmas and not on the things of Christmas. You know, not a yard and a house blown up with lights that you spend 4 hours putting up when you could be spending that time throwing a football around with your son or daughter or with your cousin or your friend. That's just how I feel. So I'm not doing traditional Christmas anymore because of that. I want the focus to be real and the focus to be on point. You know, and as my kids grow older, they may want to have some of those more traditional values, and that's fine. But I always want to make sure that our Christmases are special and unique. So that way when we look back, it's not just a line of Christmas trees and Santa Clauses, but you know, remember this year we went up to the mountains and played in the snow? Remember this year we went to the Mission Inn? Remember this year we traveled to Colorado? Like, I want our Christmases to be memorable and important and treasurable, you know, and I'm not saying you can't treasure Christmas with all those things. I'm just saying I want it to be set apart and unique and a time of the year where we can sit down as a family and get what we need and not fulfill expectations. You know, so no bah humbug. No, I hate Christmas. No, I'm the Grinch and I stole all your presents and now I'll give them back to you. But just taking a step back every year, looking at the things that we need as a family, and fulfilling those needs with friends, with neighbors, with strangers, whatever it may be. And just make sure that every day of the holiday season is a blessing and is not underappreciated for the value that it holds. So with that, I'm going to get going because I'm going to have a great time spending part of the holiday season with a brother of mine. But I'll be back. And coming up is the Wayfaring Trekker, so check that out. Talks a little bit about more hopes and dreams, just for general life and how we can be inspired by others. Until then, have an intense future. Thank you guys for joining me on another vlog from In Future Tense. It's always exciting to share my life with you, and I hope you'll join me again next time. If you like what you saw, please go ahead and click subscribe or the like button. And if you didn't like what you saw, please feel free to leave some feedback down below in the comment section so I can try and improve my content to make it more interesting and more suited to what you're looking for. We're all moving forward. Let's have an intense future.